The Moses Mabhida Stadium out in Durban will come alive with the MTN-8 Final showdown. That's going to be between Orlando Pirates as well as Bloemfontein Celtic. Those are the two teams that will be fighting for honors in that trophy. They have done well to get here, to be honest, having seen off some of the strongest teams in the top 8 from last season on the road to the final. Orlando Pirates even beat arch rivals Kaizer Chiefs in a 2-legged semi-final to get to the final. And I've got one man here in the studio. If you remember your football from about 2004-5, Pirates probably had the most exciting team in the league at the time, and under the stewardship of Kostadin Papic, the Serbian coach. It had Lebohang Mokoena, it had Onyekachi Okonko, Steve Lekwelea, Tso Vilagazi, Gift Leremi the late, it had Jimmy Tau, but another man that was running things on the right-hand side of the field is Dugu, Joseph Makhanya, and he joins me here in studio to chat about this fine piece of silverware that is before us here. Eta?
Eta Shabujani?
Ogren? All right. What's happening in Durban this coming weekend?
As you know, it's a big one. It's a big one. It's MTN-8. It doesn't get bigger than this one, especially at the start of the season. It's 8 million rand at stake. So, as you know, it's wafa. It's MTN-8.
But looking at how Pirates got to the final, is it more of was it harder for them than for Celtic? Does that make it, or make them favorites to win the trophy because they played in the derby as well to get to this point?
Yeah, as you know that most of the teams that were there automatically on the competition were tougher teams because they qualified for the top 8, which makes it difficult, especially coming to the start of the season. So you can't really say there was an easy match. There was I think both teams equally had tough matches. As you know, Celtic had to go past Sundowns, had to go past SuperSport, and Pirates as well had to go past Cape Town City, which is the team, had to go past Kaizer Chiefs. So both teams had their tough opponents.
First cup final since 2018, the 2018-19 season, when they appeared in the Telkom knockout final against Baroka for Pirates. This is the first.
I think their last one was Nedbank when they lifted it.
No, so, the one they won was Nedbank in 2014. Okay. The last final.
So they are looking to end that drought of 6 years now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I feel that based on quality and the players that they've recently signed, they've got the quality to win the match. Not taking anything away from Celtic, because of Celtic they've shown more hunger in looking from the past season in the Power Bowl. They did very well. So you can't really say they are underdogs. So it's going to be one final that's going to be difficult, and it's difficult to predict as well.
Plus, they're coming from another final.
They're coming from another final because of they recently, so they are new and experiences, especially because of their experience is recent because of the Nedbank final, which Sundowns won. So in 2 months' time, 2 finals, so they won't be over.
What has been the issue though, Dugu? Because Pirates has had good coaches in the past 6 years, and they've had a coach like Micho who plays attractive football. I'm not too sure if it's as attractive as the kind of football you played, but he does play attractive football. They've had Rulani, they've had coaches who have the know-how. But what has been the issue?
I think the start and stop because of the chop and change of coaches, because of all the time when you the players are about to get used to, they're getting used to a coach, then all of a sudden the coach is gone. They need to get used to another coach again. So with this one, I think coming from last season, because he came last season in the middle of the season, so he kind of knows his players as to what is it that works for the team, what is that won't work for the team. And I think I think that he has a bit of understanding because of their recent approach in terms of games. It's different from what we know Pirates, the way they play. Because of Pirates, they normally go out on attack. So they seem to have some sort of a defensive mind of doing things. They wait or on breaks. On their last game against Cape Town City, that's when at least I began to see a glimpse of Pirates that we know.
Yeah. Their league form, it's not too bad, but it's not glamorous either. They've only won 2 games in the league so far in 6 matches. So they've only put together 10 points. Does that have any bearing in a cup match, number one, and number 2, in a cup final?
Yeah, I think if you look at Pirates this season, they haven't lost a match, even though they've had so many draws. So it's something to build on. And going towards the final, I've seen Celtic in their last game conferred, they didn't field their strongest team. So automatically
with one eye on this match.
With one eye on this match. And it happened in their first leg and second leg. So they didn't field their strongest team. So, and they've got a game prior to MTN-8, the final, which is on Wednesday against SuperSport. So it kind of like pose a question to the coaches too. What is he going to do? Is he going to give the players that didn't play game time? Because at the end of the day, if you go to a final and you kind of like maybe lack a bit of match fitness as well, that can also hamper your team's progress. So I like to believe that Celtic, they are not a bit sure as to what is it that maybe they want, but the way things are, I think they are looking at the MTN-8.
I'll get your prediction in just a bit, but I want us to talk about the final itself and how it looks right now. Normally, round about this time, you'd already have the buzz. Tickets would be sold out. Everybody would be booking hotels in Durban for the cup final that's going to be happening. It's also the festive season, so that would have added to the atmosphere around the final. How do we do it now?
Oh, it's a tough one. It's a tough one, as you know, this the ongoing pandemic that's happening. So it's a tough one, especially also for players, because as you know, a final is an event. Everybody looks forward to it, and you know, Celtic, they're a team that's driven by supporters as much as Orlando Pirates are. So going there into an empty stadium and playing behind closed doors, but at the back of their mind, I think they know they are professionals. Because of it's not something that recently happened. They finished the last season on closed doors, so they are kind of used to the setup. So I think it's a situation whereby the players that has got the strongest mental game temperament, they'll win. They'll obviously win.
BMT for a cup final. For fans, though,
for sure.
What is like how do they make it an experience, this one? How do we as fans sitting at home enjoy this cup final without, well, obviously we're not allowed to go to the stadium. Is it just going to be that, sit at home on the couch, that's it?
No, MTN came up with a bit of innovative stuff so that at least fans don't feel left out. As you know, we still have got the last fan standing. The last fan standing stand out to win 1 million rand cash prize money, and there's 7 million rand worth of prizes to be won as well. So as you're sitting there, you need to know to make sure that you've got your MTN starter pack, and you need also to download the Iowa app. So wherever you are, wherever you're hanging out, you can also share your moments, predict the score, and because of the more you predict, you stand a chance of also making sure that you get into that 1 million rand worth of prize.
I know you swear by Orlando Pirates, but what is your score prediction for this final?
Because of there's goals for charity as well, so we like to see more goals being scored. So I'll go with a 3-1 scoreline for Orlando Pirates.
Wow, why am I not surprised? Dugu Joseph Makhanya joining us here in studio to chat about the MTN-8 Cup Final that will be happening this coming Saturday, the 12th of December at the Moses Mabhida Stadium out in Durban. He had an exciting right foot on him when he turned out in the colors of the Buccaneers about, 15 years ago. That's where we leave it for this hour.